My name is Jenny Brody, and I'm the co-executive director of the DC Volunteer Lawyers Project, and we need help. We have hundreds, literally, of low-income women and children who need lawyers to represent them in domestic violence and guardian ad litem cases. Those are the types of cases that we handle. So we can use lawyers from all levels of experience, from right out of law school to more senior attorneys. And for lawyers who don't have litigation skills, we have a separate litigation skills training program online that will get you up to speed for what you need to know. So I'll talk a little bit about our organization. We are somewhat unique among legal services organizations in that we only use volunteers to handle our cases. So the only job of our staff attorneys is to supervise and train volunteers. So our staff attorneys work really hard to make sure that you have a good experience volunteering with us so that you'll take another case with us. And actually, one fact is that 2/3 of lawyers who volunteer with our organization do take another case with us. Our supervising attorneys work very closely with all of our volunteers. They have an initial strategy meeting with volunteers. They review all your written work, and most importantly, they will go to court with you for hearings and court appearances. All of our training programs are taped and are put online, so you can review them at your convenience at your computer and be ready to take a case with us the next day. Another good thing to know is that you do not have to be a member of the DC Bar to take a case with our organization, as long as you're an active member of any bar. Our highest volume of cases involves representing domestic violence victims in cases to obtain a civil protection order against an abusive party. And the order will order the respondent to stay away from the victim and her children. It's very important to keep the victim safe. Domestic violence cases present an excellent litigation opportunity because they are very short. They take only 10 days from the day you get the case until your hearing, and you will be in front of a judge in a contested hearing within 10 days. They take about 15 to 20 hours of an attorney's time over the 10-day period. And you can sign up for a case weeks in advance so that you can plan your schedule to be able to provide enough time to the case. There is always an enormous need for lawyers to represent domestic violence victims. Our second largest volume of work is serving as guardians ad litem for children in contested custody cases in DC Superior Court. These are cases in which family court judges appoint volunteer lawyers to represent the best interests of a child who is the subject of a high conflict or risk factor custody case. This means that the child is actually your client. Guardian ad litem cases involve approximately 30 to 60 hours of an attorney's time spread out over the life of the case, which is typically from 6 months to 1 year. And during that period of time when the case is active, there will be hearings scheduled at about every 3 to 4 months. These hearings are scheduled based on your availability. So what do guardians ad litem do? Their job is very important. Guardians ad litem meet with the child and both of the parties, who could be parents or relatives seeking custody of the child. The guardian ad litem investigates all of the circumstances surrounding the child's life very thoroughly. After completing your investigation, you'll make written recommendations to the court about what custody and visitation arrangements are in the child's best interest. Volunteering with the DC Volunteer Lawyers Project is a win-win. Our clients will gain high-quality legal representation at a critical time in their lives. And you will do meaningful and rewarding legal work and also gain litigation experience under the supervision of an experienced family law attorney.
My name is Teresa Goody, and I work with Calorama Partners. I've been with the DC Volunteer Lawyers Project for nearly 3 years, and I work on CPO cases, civil protection orders, for victims of domestic violence and their children. These cases have been very rewarding in that I can use my law degree to help people and see them being helped right away, and even potentially be saving lives. The DC Volunteer Lawyers Project has given me the opportunity to have experience in court that I never would have otherwise had, and with core litigation skills. I've had the opportunity to draft and give an opening, a closing, direct and cross-examinations, all under the supervision and mentoring of very experienced attorneys. And it's the kind of experience that you just don't usually get. I chose to volunteer with the DC Volunteer Lawyers Project because of their amazing training program. They have webinars and training manuals that are very complete with all of your core litigation skills, as well as exemplars and samples for everything. And you have a lot of one-on-one time with an experienced attorney who answers all your questions, reviews all your work, and is actually in court with you, so you're never alone. And you get the mentoring to really become a better lawyer.